for the companies which are trading or investing.
Right.
I opened this issue with your Prime Minister. He was positive on this issue.
Okay.
I also offer necessity to sign agreement for economic cooperation and maybe in the future agreement for free trade agreement. Having in mind that India is interesting to sign such agreement with European Union,
right.
and we will be, I believe, soon part of European Union.
Right.
That means maybe in this framework, in the future, we will have some kind of free trade agreement and liberalization in the trade. So that was very important meeting for us.
Okay.
India and Macedonia are supporting each other in United Nations for different issues.
Right.
From time to time, we have common support each to the other. And also, I would say that India is a country which is using in bilateral relations our constitutional name, Republic of Macedonia, which we very appreciate. So that was good opportunity, meeting your Prime Minister to talk about future cooperation to the both political and economy issues.
Right.
Of course, we talk about another issues about the economic situation in India, economic situation in Macedonia, in Europe, the conditions for making business in Macedonia, the possibilities that Indian companies has if they invest in Macedonia when they are coming to Europe, and use Macedonia as a logistics center.
Right.
So there were many interesting topics. And also I offer to him possibility of signing agreement for common fight against criminal and terrorism, agreement for cooperation in education, and several other agreements that that is good for the both countries to be signed for mutual cooperation.
Right. You're inviting Indian industrialist and businessman to invest in your country, particularly in IT, communication, infrastructure, and real estate. So what is the reason to choose, and you're very focused on these 4 or 5 verticals? Why?
What are the advantages of Macedonia?
Yeah.
Advantages is a low cost for making business, including low taxes.
Okay.
From the other side, working force, which is very high educated. So cheap price and good quality of workers, high educated, because in Macedonia, in the last years, very high percentage of young people are going to higher education.
Okay.
The government in the last 6 years is investing every year 6% of GDP in education.
Right.
We implemented mandatory secondary school. We implemented learning English from the first class elementary school to the end of the secondary school.
Okay.
We bought computers and internet in front of every child in the schools. So in every school, elementary and secondary, in front of every child there is computer and internet. Okay. And we trained the teachers to use the internet and computer in the educational process.
Okay.
We opened many new universities, many new faculties. We encourage the young people to go to higher education. So last year, 99% of the young people that finished secondary school went to university. The previous years was similar. Okay. So there is a very high percentage of the people which are educated, highly educated. In the same time, because there is a high percentage of unemployment, there is a possibility for the companies very fast to find not expensive and in the same time very good educated young people, young population, which is capable to produce new values. So that's the advantages for the companies which are coming in Macedonia. Plus, we have so-called technological industrial development zones, or maybe we can say free economic zones. Okay. The conditions for making business in free economic zones are special. In the first 10 years, there is tax holiday. There is no paying of personal income tax, no paying of profit tax, and no paying of custom duties and VAT for the raw materials that are imported to be produced products for export. Okay. So that's extremely good conditions in the technological, industrial and development zones where in the same time the land, the locations are under the symbolic prices, and there is good service from the government for the companies which are coming. Okay. Already several companies from India started business in Macedonia. One is Mittal, second is the company Motherson, which started last year building of new facility.
Right.
And also the company Binani has operations in Macedonia. And they are very satisfied. I welcome all of these owners of the companies in my office. Okay. They are very satisfied for the working in Macedonia. They are seeing the advantages. And some of them yesterday talked on the presentation explaining to the Indian companies their experience in Macedonia. And also some other companies from UK, like Johnson Matthey, yesterday talked to the Indian businessmen about their positive experience to Macedonia.
Right. Mr. Prime Minister, you're here for 3-day visit in India, and actually you are inviting lots of businessmen to invest in your country. I would like to know that what kind of a special concession or rebate you are planning to give them so that to attract money from them.
Just yesterday I met almost 200 companies, businessmen here in New Delhi. I'm going now to Pune and to Mumbai to meet another businessman. I met yesterday also Mr. Subara Roy and another important businessmen. Some of them are already about to invest in Macedonia. Some of them came for a first time to hear information about Macedonia. With some of them I have separate meetings, face to face, together with my cooperators. And they are satisfied from the conditions because what we are offering is not offering any other country in Europe. We are offering very low costs for making business, very low taxes, and in the special economic zones even no taxes for the first 10 years. Okay. Almost free of charge land for building facilities, or symbolic prices, if I can say more precisely. We are offering also good infrastructure, approach to gas, approach to highways, good telecommunications, very reliable electricity, energy. We are also offering general good business climate with extremely reduced bureaucracy compared with 6 years ago when we started the new economy program for Macedonia. Right. And we are offering approach to 650 million market of consumers of Europe. As I said before, except with European Union countries, we have free trade agreements with Turkey, with Ukraine, and with all other European countries, including Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein, the countries of EFTA. And that's a really good opportunity for the companies which want to make business. We have good and healthy banking sector, which is important. Yesterday we talked with one of the companies about making more correspondences between Macedonian banks and Indian banks, and we will encourage our banks to do this because in Macedonia most of the banks are international banks. For example, Societe Generale has a bank in Macedonia, or some Austrian banks, Sparkasse and so on. So there is a very good potentials for very low costs with a lot of young people, highly educated, under good conditions in the country to start a business not just for Macedonia, then to cover all Europe and broadly. That's unique opportunity in Europe.
Great. And how many SEZ you have, special economic zone, in your country?
At the moment we have 4 which are almost completed with the infrastructure. But this year we are starting building of infrastructure of another 7 free economic zones. If there is enough interest of Indian companies, we are ready one of these zones to give just for the Indian companies.
Okay. Well, that's good. And on tax rebates, apart from this, the manufacturing tax and things like that, What is exactly is your plan on that?
Tax rebates in the free economic zones, there is tax holiday for the first 10 years.
Okay.
After 10 years are valid the taxes which are outside of the zones in the country. But outside of the zones, Macedonia has the lowest taxes in Europe. 10% personal income tax, 10% profit tax for the companies which are distributing the profit to dividend, and 0% profit tax for the companies which are not distributing the profit to dividends.
Okay.
It's enough just to keep the profit. Even it's not necessary to reinvest. Even if they increase capitalization of the company and keep the profit, they are paying 0% profit tax.
Okay.
So it's unique opportunity in Europe, I would say.
I would like to tell you it was really, really pretty nice talking to you, talking to such a young, energetic Prime Minister.
Thank you. That was a pleasure also to be with you, to give interview for the people from Republic of India. We have one person which is connecting us. That's Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was born in Skopje, in the capital of Macedonia, in the center of the city. She grew up there, and after she came to 18 years, she came here to India to help to hundreds of thousands of sick and poor people. And she began legendary person in the world. She began person of which is belonging to all civilization. And we can be proud equally Macedonia and India of this person, which is on some way connecting us with a good memories of a person which wanted to help to the people without to wait for some special interest of this.
Macedonian Prime Minister is here with a high-level delegation, and he's trying to get a better bilateral trade agreement with India. Our best wishes to him, and thank you for watching the show. Please stay tuned and watch Loksabha TV.